just like a throw off moment. Like, did that really happen? You know, some people are debating if it was staged. And, you know, I later found out that the joke was written by somebody else. Because the Oscars is written. There's a script. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just get up there and talk. They like make a script for you. So that joke was written, you know? And so it's just like, does Will know that? You know what I mean? But obviously he took it personally regardless. And like I said, he made a joke. His wife was sitting right there, obviously had a negative reaction to it. And Will being, you know, her man or whatever, he felt in that moment the best way to react was doing what he did. And like I said, I applaud him, because it's like, that's how you protect, you know, that's the kind of protection we need in regards to, you know, people always coming for us as Black women, right? But the time and the place and then the actions, it was a little oldie. It was like, it was just over the top, like live TV, your first Oscar, you know, it was just, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have liked that he did it. I wouldn't have been, if I was Jada, I wouldn't be proud, you know, or like, thank you. That's not the role I would take on. Like, I don't know. It just has me very just kind of just thrown off.
My thing is, I feel like one of the most powerful weapons we have is self-control. Being able to be in a situation and knowing you can respond one way and deciding to do something else. Right. That takes a little bit more strength, essentially, to do. He could have definitely addressed that later with Chris and then made Chris do a public apology later. It was just the lack of self-control. You know, you got billions or millions or whatever people watching, and it's just like, come on, man. Come on. Not, and it's the fact that it's us. Like, if these were other people doing crazy stuff on TV, it's like, okay, but this is us, and we've been fighting about the Oscars for years. You know, the Oscars is so white, and now we're having these moments and all this Blackness, and it wasn't a good moment for us at all. And I just wish he would have practiced a little bit more self-control in that moment. I don't know about it being staged, or you all right there, sis? I don't know about it being staged. I don't know about it being written. I don't know about any of that. But I don't think that was an acting moment because of how Denzel and Tyler Perry reacted. I don't think it was like an acting moment for him. And the fact that there's talk about him having his Oscar taken away, and that was his first one. I mean, I bet you he wouldn't do it again. If he got the Oscar taken away, he would think twice before he did stuff moving forward. So if he gets his Oscar taken away, that'll just be a really tough lesson learned that may actually do him some good. Because that was not a good moment. And it's just like it overshadows all of the positive, amazing moments that I'm sure happened for other people. It was just like that. It's kind of like one of those, like you said, it's kind of unbelievable. Like, did that just really happen? Like, this is what we're doing now on TV?
Live TV. I don't know. Like I said, it just threw me off. It threw me for a loop. Like you mentioned it, like the reactions were insane. So yeah, I don't know. It was just a whole lot. It was a whole thing. It was a whole lot. And then
I want to I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying this for you mentioned earlier about the whole protective thing, and you, of course, as a female, and that's your husband, you would want your husband to always come to your defense, especially when, you know, Chris Rock was in the wrong for making that insensitive joke, even if he was being paid to do so. We all have a choice. So he had to make the choice to make that joke. And we all, as women, we definitely want to be protected and loved in a way. And had Will Smith done nothing, then that would have been a problem. But in that moment, in that way, it was definitely inappropriate. It wasn't a good moment for television, especially a black television moment. I wasn't proud of the memes
Yeah,
that I saw.
definitely not a proud moment. Like I said, if I was Jada, I wouldn't be high-fiving him after he came back. And then the verbiage after the physical assault, there was then the verbal, just
no self-control at all. I'm just like,
and like I said, Will Smith, we know him as, he did some rapping. He's known as an actor. So this was, for actors in that realm, a pinnacle moment for him. Like, you ain't never been on this stage before. Probably nominated a good couple of times, maybe. I don't know the stats, but you've never been on this specific this stage before, and you're getting honored for something that you've done flawlessly for like decades. And
that's not a good way to remember your first Oscar win.
I
Like,
love Will. I love Will. One of my first top 3 movies is a Will Smith movie.
right.
And you can't have a list of favorite movies without naming a Will Smith movie, because he's just that guy. He's like,
He is good.
Like our Denzel, essentially. But like you said, it overshadows a lot of that because it wasn't cute. It just wasn't. It didn't feel cute. It didn't look cute to me.
Yeah, it wasn't. And as far as August and the entanglement business, he don't need to put his hands on nobody's child. We have to practice self-control. And of course, I'm all about the, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm at my grandmother's house. Someone's gonna bust in here any minute.
No fruits of the spirit at all. Like I said, that wasn't gentle. That wasn't patient. That wasn't self-control. It was none of that. So it's gonna have to be a no.
I don't have the right to do that. Like,
for Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if he didn't know, like you said, he has a choice. Even if he had no idea of Jada's condition or whatever. I mean, like I said, it's still a joke. And then I saw comments about, oh, this generation is so sensitive. We used to talk about Whitney Houston. We used to talk about Michael Jackson. We used to talk, and people just laughed it off and kept it going. But now we, pouncing and pounding on stage and stuff like that. I'm just like, comedians are there to just kind of walk those blurred lines. They always
get a pass.
Yeah, they always have. Yeah. That's what they do. That's who they are. That's their space. So it's a lot. But like I said, like you said, at the end of the day, it was just out of control.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, not a proud moment. I don't watch the Oscars. I definitely won't watch it moving forward. Like I said, it's not my interest at all. But I mean, I don't know if they take his award. I don't know if I'll be mad about that. And I don't know how Will or Jada feels now today, but
yeah, I mean, tell us what y'all think. Let us know how y'all feel about it. You are here for it. You are not here for it. Let us know. The conversation, of course, here or in the comments once we get it posted. But man,
yeah, I woke up to that. No. I saw it last night before I went to bed, and it was just like, dang, Oscars done got turned out.
Right.
He turned it out.
Denzel's. Everybody's like, oh, they're gonna put Denzel's quote on a T-shirt, but it's absolutely true. Like, Will Smith has never been on that stage before. He's never got recognized in that way for his greatness. And at his pinnacle moment, the devil's like, here you go. Here's some uncontrollable emotions that you can just go live with, literally. And that's exactly what happens. And that's what happens when you reach your financial goals. When you get that house you always wanted. When you got that award you always wanted. When you get that position that raise. The devil is waiting like, oh, unless he gave it to you, then it'd be a whole different thing. But if it's, you know, you've been striving and God's will for something and it happens, like your attack grows instantly. Like you're an automatic threat to the kingdom of hell. And he wants everything, and it wants to do everything in his power to bring it down, shut it down, embarrass you, embarrass your family, embarrass your bloodline at that point. So, yeah. Yeah, inappropriate. He's only human,
Yeah,
right?
you're right. He's
And that's his
definitely
wife,
been
you know?
humiliated. He's been humiliated as far as the August entanglement situation, and a lot of people feel that um, he was taking a lot of his frustration, for August and Jada out on Chris. So it's just like, again, and it's like, oh, why we gotta make everything spiritual or biblical? But that's the lifestyle that we live. That's my path. And at the end of the day, when you are operating in the spirit and you do have those gifts of the spirit as far as gentleness and kindness and self-control, you don't have the you don't have the
You
what
would
am I
call it
looking for?
luxury. Luxury
Thank
to
you.
act out.
Thank you. You
And
don't have the luxury to act a fool. I can't go around slapping people because I'm mad. If someone says something about you, you're my pride and joy. You're my twin sister. But at the end of the day,
whoo, that'll be, like I said, that'll be hard.
it's
I
the
might have,
self-control. It's like that self-control, though.
you right, sis, you right. I just hope I ain't never got the, you know.
He was laughing. He was laughing at first. But then I feel like he got Jada's reaction. And Jada was just like shaking her head like she wasn't feeling it. And he's like, oh, wifey's not feeling it. I got to react. Instead of leaning over to Jada and say, I want to react. I want to go up there and slap the S out of him, but I'm not going to do that.
Right.
We will address this after I get my award, after I have my moment, after I celebrate. I'm going to address Chris. We're going to talk about it. You will get a public apology. There's so many other more satisfying ways that he could have handled that.
He could have came for the actual academy because, like I said, they have writers. He could have got a check. I don't know, but he could have waited just a little while. I'm sure his award was towards the end of the night. Maybe, like I said, we didn't watch it. Let us know if you watched it. We didn't watch it, but like I said, you could have just waited to the end. But they showed him at the end, lit, turning up, bottles, dancing, biggest smile on his face, like nothing happened. His acceptance speech. He apologized to the academy. He apologized to his fellow nominees. But he wasn't feeling Chris in that moment. He was just not, he wasn't feeling it at all. So, I don't know. Like I said, if it was this is probably going to be whatever, but that was that was your brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's no malice or ill intent behind that joke. You know, he just got overly sensitive, I think, because if it was somebody who didn't know Will and Jada or somebody, you know, outside the race or somebody who you already had some type of beef with or something like that, then you might have would have felt some way differently about it. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but it gives it some different context. But you know who Chris Rock is. You know how he gets down. He's definitely not a sugarcoater with his work. So it's just like, but time and place, man. Time and place. And it was just OD for me.
You know how people make those calendars about the crazy stuff that happens each month? And it's like every time I see that, I cringe. Like, I get so mad. It's like, if people would just make better choices, you know?
We wouldn't even have that calendar. It would just be like, oh, this month is blank. I'll be waiting. Like, we're going to have
just relax?
A blank month.
Everybody relax. It's about to get hot outside, so I know it's gonna get interesting. But I mean, like I said, it's all, we'll talk about this for a few days, and then something else wild that happens. So, like I said, this was definitely interesting. Turn the Oscars out for 2022, I guess. People outside and they just don't know how to act. So
Yeah, his book, people are still raving about his book that just came out and everything. Man. Well,
yeah.
like I said, I gotta go watch one of my faves of his to be like, this is the guy. This is the guy that I love so dearly and who is just a phenomenal actor and a phenomenal talent. And it's just like, we get it. You love your life, And like I said, he probably tired of taking shots from everybody because of what Jada talks about at the red table. So he had a moment to get on the biggest table of the night, of the year, and
Turn it upside down. He flipped.
dish it out cold. Flip the whole table in the temple.
Oh God. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, that's all. I'm glad I didn't watch it live because I probably would have been
I can't even watch the replay. It's so
upset.
it's cringy.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't watch it over and over again. It's like watching Precious. Like I don't want to watch that movie ever again. Just like one time. I only needed to see him do that one time. I do not want to see it again, but it's all over the internet. So I'm done with the internet
for today, I'm done. Yeah, I'm about to go do some more work. I got
yeah.
work to do.
I'm going to get some work done. But thank you, sister, for hopping on with me. We chatted it out. We didn't talk about it.
No, we did not. Like I said, it happened late and I went to bed and then I woke up and it was like the memes, and the comments and stuff like that. So we definitely had to touch on it. Woo!
All right. Well, until next time, I'm going to text you later.
Text me. Thank y'all for kicking
Everyone
it with
for
us,
watching.
Y'all have a great rest of your Monday, a prosperous week. Keep it up, keep it going. And hit us up if you need to chat, talk, shoot it. It's fine. We're
Call
here.
me if you want to reach me. All right. Bye.